My name is Nick Smith. I founded the Busesa Community Development Center, or as we call it, the BCDC, in 2009. The core of what the BCDC does is to offer microcredit loans to local farmers and small shopkeepers. Over the last 4 years, we've given out over $90,000 to approximately 160 borrowers. In addition to our microcredit activities, we've also supported bringing nurses to the community. Busesa is one of the most beautiful places that I have ever visited. It is located in the bush or jungle of Kibale district in the west of the country. When we talk about Busesa, we are really talking about what is known as Busesa Parish, a collection of approximately 26 villages. Despite its natural beauty, life can be difficult here. If the rains do not come, people do not eat. If the rains stay longer than expected, there can be outbreaks of malaria, which according to the Ugandan government is the source of about 50% of morbidity and mortality in the district. Most people are also not able to save as they produce too little. School fees eat up savings, and medical costs and funerals easily wipe out life savings.
Originally, Busesa, as a local area, one of the deepest villages in Uganda, like it is beyond. From Kampala, it is really very far, and then the place is really remote within Kibale district, and there are very few centers developing. Before BCDC came, we didn't even have power. Everything was really local and remote. Many people don't have good latrines. Others even don't have latrines at all.
If you think about improving one's position in developed countries, how does one buy land, pay for school, or expand a business? Most often this comes in the form of loans from a bank. In many developing countries, small subsistence farmers are not able to access the formal banking system for a number of reasons, including 1. There is no bank, 2. They do not have enough collateral in the traditional banking sense, 3. They do not have a title deed to collateralize their property for loans, or 4. Using their land as collateral is too risky because if the rain doesn't come, they won't be able to repay their loan and thus could risk losing any assets they collateralize. Microcredit seeks to fill this void. In place of collateral in the traditional banking sense, microcredit uses social collateral. Social collateral uses group-based loans as a system to ensure repayment. One of the many benefits of borrowers expanding their businesses is that they're able to invest their profits in property and other assets, and oftentimes people use their profits to build homes, such as this one. And in Busesa, building a brick home is a big achievement for many people, as many borrowers typically have mud and stick homes. In its 4 years of operations, the BCDC has made remarkable strides in socioeconomic development. 2 sets of impact evaluations have been conducted. These in-depth interviews with borrowers show that, because of increased profits, school fees are easier to pay and more children are in school than before. Agricultural output has expanded significantly, meaning families have more to eat and sell. People are beginning to save in the form of buying livestock, which itself can have other benefits like rearing animals or producing milk and butter. People have made improvements to their homes. People bought land where they used to rent and are building brick homes in place of mud huts. Also extremely important to the BCDC's mission has been the impact that it has had on women's empowerment.
My name is Chakwa Winfred. I work in the Busesa Community Development Center, an organization based in Busesa Parish. My role there is I work as a director. So what I do is to help people, explain to them how they come in a group, how they form a group, the responsibilities of a group. After coming in, I'm responsible for their loans to make sure they repay back on time and explain to them really what they should do.
BCDC is important because now within Busesa we have been poor, but since the BCDC started, now the people has become rich. At least they are trying to pay the school fees of their children to study.
BCDC has helped Busesa community in different ways. I'll talk about a few. One of them is raising the income of our people in Busesa. Many of our group members have got BCDC funds to go and boost their agriculture at home. So in the long run, they have been able to raise their production, so now they can provide enough in their homes and of course pay for the fees they need at school. Secondly, we have this spirit of teamwork. We meet actually every Sunday for meetings here. So people have developed that spirit of working together in their groups. Because we said we don't have the security here like plots of land or anything. The security are the group members. So now they make sure that they work together, not to lose this golden chance of accessing BCDC money, which is continuing to help them. And I think with time, our people will live better lives. Yeah.
Borrowers meet once a month at the BCDC building. At their monthly meetings, borrowers make installments on their loans, and receive free business skill courses.
What does he want to do?
The information was not put in that.
So the last one. Okay. Thank you for, the hard work you're doing, and because we only do so much, it's the borrowers who make the BCDC. So, how many loans have you received now?
4 times.
4 times?
Yeah.
And then was the first loan for the house, or was it the agriculture? It's so exciting to come back here after a year and a half and to see that you've begun construction on your home.
Ekitebe kino kyenatayiremu kinyambire muno kakita mu 2009 onatandika kwehora sente tandika nokwehora n'emitwaro 17 n'ecweka sente zinatandika kuzikozesa nindimisa bwe nalimisaga nintunda ninsasura school fees sente zimwe zasigarahoga.
Kali loni yasookere nkatunga emitwaro 17 n'ekichweka esinge yo bwingigire emitwaro 25 kali sente ezo nzikozesa mu kusuubula ente kyoka ente insuubule entoito eba ya mitwaro 7 kandi ente ekusingayo ya milioni 4 n'ekichweka
And one lady comes to my mind. She opened a shop for hairstyling. And she worked on our farm. And she would just talk more and be more comfortable around all people. She wasn't shy and putting her head down and thinking that she wasn't very important. So it's their real stories that touch me the most.
Ababulikiro bona kale nanyona bunkurura bali kurungi kusinzira kungeri sente zabo bakuzikozesa bayinange ebintu bibakora ati bali bakubali nko mu season harimo abakulima abali nko mu season abaira ataina sente kurungi na saise kisugukie obana achieka balira wenka nagaka nagura embibu yokubyara nabo nosanga kala ali kurungi wire buko ikachanse mwaire bokutunda nabo nafuna.
My name is Robert Chaligonza. I joined BCDC in 2009. I was the first member. My first loan was 200 and the current loan is 400,000. I have been using that loan to put in my business shop and I have used it profitably, whereby the profits I've been getting, I've taken it to school for my further studies. I've also bought a cow.
Amabara gange ndi Biraro Vincent ninduga mu kaiso bakara LC1 nkehoda sente emitwaro zekitebe emitwaro ana nazirimisa yike mune kitundu omukyeri nafunamo ensaho 14 za kiro 10 za kasusu. Ensaho ezo nziru sakurugwamo miliyoni emu n'emitwaro 75.
Amabara gange ndinyona bijombi specials ndi mwikazi wa Busesa ero si wano nkatayi kitebe kino mu 1929 ekitebe kino kitandikira kimu na nyoni ntandika kitebe kino kinkonyeire muno omirimo yange yekukora maka gange no mirimo yange ya business.
Tandi
Waragange ni nyati kajasti kafuka membo mwako kuwera mwezi kwa 11 kasubura kuba memba inkoza sente zo isobole kunyima cha business yange ndo zirabali mubona nizokolera kurungi nanyona yega itachi tebeje. Nabasana Betty from Kasalaba town. I joined BCDC in 2012 and BCDC has helped me a lot because through BCDC I've managed to start up a business whereby I wrote saying it's a bookshop. I use this money to purchase some books, pens, pencils and all things which are used in a bookshop. So BCDC has helped me because I've at least got something to start with from BCDC and it has helped me a lot.
Amabara gange ni nyonka rubojoni nkai hayoroni 2029 emitwara 5 nyaziteko muduka nyasubura sabuni nyasubura ebizigo omunyu sabuni nikoyemereza amaka gange ati bunu ndi kurungi muno era niwe kwa nindi batankuru batani nyegonza.
Have you seen it help other people in the community?
Yeah, it has helped other people in the community because Karuguza was very far. But now I brought the books nearer so they come and purchase from here. Instead of putting transport, and you go to Karuguza. So you save here 4,000. You buy from here.
Hi everybody, I'm called Sister Mary Juliet. I'm Ugandan and I live here at St. Julie Mission. And this is Nicholas, you know him very well. And I'm really grateful for him because he brought this project of BCDC here, which has improved a lot of people's lives. The way they live at home, it has changed a lot. And those who couldn't pay school fees for their children, now they are able to pay school fees and the families are very happy. So do you have any question to ask me?
Thank you, sister.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't understand a lot about how the thing works, but I very much appreciate what it means for our people. I work with the farm, and so I know the struggle that especially the women have. And having BCDC come here and what you have done has been like lighting a candle for them. You know, you brought light, and I think you've opened a door to opportunity for them. And so many of the people who participate have hope that they didn't have before, especially, as I said, the women, because I see their struggle. Most of them that work on our farm are the sole support for their family, and they have children, and I know for a fact that several of them have been able to provide education for their children that they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And having been here, you experience what some education is like in the government schools, so poor. So what I see is what you do for one person has a ripple effect, you know, so...
So one of the ways we're trying to help the community besides our microcredit efforts is by supplying water to the local public high school. We're going to do that by taking the excess runoff water that comes from our gutters on the BCDC building and channeling it across the road to the local public high school. Doing this will enable kids to drink water that is safe. They don't have to walk a kilometer to the stream to fetch water and then back up the hill with big cans. And that will save them time, and by saving them time, the water is more likely to be boiled, which will be safer for them, and they'll spend more time in the classrooms.
Good.
The idea for the latrine project arose about 2 years ago when a team of nurses from UCLA visited Bucesa Parish and said about 75% of the children in the greater community had or were sick because of issues related to poor sanitation, and they said one of the easiest ways we could address that was building latrines. So we built a series of latrines throughout Bucesa Parish to address the health issues.
This is our injection room. Then next to it is our dispensary. So we just do a few things around here. Then next there.
The way it has helped them, especially those who are paying school fees for their children. Actually, in Bucesa, we have not been having many students or parents supporting their daughters and sons in school. So with the help of BCDC, for sure it is helping many families. They have been able to pay for their children's school fees, and we are really doing very well. We have some people now who are coming up, like they have finished their A-level, they have gone to university, but before BCDC we were really having very few going to school. And even the standards of living of the people are really coming up. It's not like before. So we thank Nicholas and our sponsors in America for this support. It's really wonderful, and it's helping so many people, and many people are eager to join. Even the few are there, still show the example, so others are also interested to join.
The BCDC has been successful, I think, for 3 reasons. One, we have the best staff. The staff works on the project because they want to have an impact on their community, not because of whatever pay they get and benefits associated with the job. Second, the donors have enabled us to expand from a very small project to a local institution with a building. And third, the borrowers. If the borrowers weren't repaying, we wouldn't have money to give out. And I think that the borrowers' efforts to improve their standard of living help to dispel some of these misconceptions that the poor can't help themselves or don't want to. The resilience of the borrowers has helped reinvigorate my passion to help build the BCDC as an institution. It's high time to change the status quo. People shouldn't be deprived of a basic financial tool that enables them to help themselves. The BCDC is presently working to change this and has the administrative capacity to do so. However, we cannot do this without your support. This is a collective effort, and if we want to see change in rural areas like Busesa, we have to empower people. BCDC microloans are just one way of doing so.